Morning, kids. How we doing? Do you know what? I'm enjoying myself so much making these speedrun videos that I'm going to leave you guys another one. I'll upload it and get it to publish later. We're on 573 as Dumminion, and opponent is rated 557 if they show up. Interesting, their clock hasn't started yet. What's going on here then? And this is now a 32-34 game, because we're closely rated. What's going on? Try refreshing it. Got me coffee. It's 6:45 in the morning. Doesn't even appear to be refreshing. Oh, it broke. Okay. Oh, here he is. Okay. What are we playing? Somebody said play the Caro-Kann. Now I haven't got a fucking clue what to do with the Caro-Kann. I really don't. But what the hell? Right. This browser has broken. Okay, so opponent's gone in the middle. Right, so I've had to restart my browser. Opponent's gone in the middle. So the idea here is, obviously, we've got this tension here. Oh, wow. Okay. So I'm guessing at some point I'm going to play e6. At some point I'm going to play c5, and it looks weird. But should we get the bishop out? So I really am fumbling in the dark here. I think I should take on some completely new openings that I've never played. So what have I never played with white? I don't know. Answers on a postcard. Okay. E6 is natural. Okay, let's play that, because I want to defend this square to prepare for c5 at the appropriate time. Now, opponent does have c6, but they don't have that if they bring the knight out to the natural square on c3. Did I say c6? c3. So if I contest this pawn, they can play c3 and defend it, again with a flank pawn. Now they can't. So now I have c5. And the funny thing about the Caro-Kann is that it appears to be wasting time, because you play c6 early on to get this kind of structure. And then if they take, if they take, you take back here, right? But then, in the case of, for example, the advanced variations they've pushed here, everything's changed then. You don't need this pawn here defending this pawn. So this pawn's job now becomes moving up the board to contest this pawn. That's as I understand it. Knight here, or king there, or queen there. They're my legal moves. Guess knight here. I might push this bishop out. Well, everything's going tits up today. The short variation. What makes it the short variation? This is named after Nigel Short, British Grandmaster, who I know, Sasha. Who contested, this is when I was growing up, so this is probably late 80s, who contested the World Championship against Kasparov. Okay, so this is now the short variation, okay. Right, so he's gone for the castles. I think I'm just going to kick the bish. This is his good bishop, and the reason is because when you look at the locked centre, it's my pawns that are on light squares. Okay, so we're going to take here towards the centre. Happy days. Now I really want to take there and emphasise my central control. Because when I take there, if he takes back with a piece, I have 2 pawns in the centre, he has 1. I do have an isolated A pawn. this is looking okay so far. Should we dare some more coffee? So yeah, I'm off up to Scotland in a bit when my friends arrive to dog sit. Zara's coming with me, but these three, Sasha and... oh, there's Zara. And Bentley are staying behind with friends, aren't they? You're hanging out with Sonny for the next few days. Yeah. Long drive. 8.5 hours. And I was talking to a friend in Denmark yesterday. Frederikshavn, where she lives, which is almost the very north of Denmark. And then I realised that where I'm going today, where my partner lives, is actually further north than all of Denmark. Crazy. Don't know if there's any Sisters of Mercy fans out there. Okay, so I'm taking this pawn here because that's what I wanted to do all along. He's brought his bishop out defending this pawn. Fair enough, but it's not like I'm attacking that pawn. And now I guess I can just push this. I mean, the pawn is actually threatened right now, and it's not defended. I could defend it with a queen, maybe this bishop as well. But putting both of those there, I know can fall into a knight fork here. So I think we should push the pawn. I might even push it to c4 eventually. But this is a kind of a tempo gaining move. Yes, he can come in and attack my queen. Oh, didn't spot that. Didn't spot that. So now I've had to take away from the centre. God, that was dopey, Hunty. That's really dopey. Now this is a weak pawn. Plus, the e-file is now semi-open. There's no black pawn on that file. And he has two attackers on this pawn. Jesus wept. Okay, I can defend the pawn with knight e7. Oh, well, what do you want? Your breakfast? You can wait. No, that was terrible. That was terrible. And there's me talking about adventures in Scotland, and so I can't do this because it actually hangs that pawn. Just the bishop defends that pawn. So, what are we going to do? Right, let's stick this bishop here and then the knight here. Okay, I'm actually pawn down. Fuck me. Queen's attacking, that's defended by my queen. This is a new approach to the speedrun. Normally you get a speedrun, you know, with title players and they win all the games. It's all very boring and you learn a load of stuff. That's not what we're doing here. We're doing it with blunders added. Okay, so he might try and trade everything off here. And then king takes at the end. But having the king here and not having the ability to castle ain't such a bad thing when there are no queens on the board. And a pair of bishops has also been traded off, right? So we have a fighting chance there. But you know, oh, he's going pawn hunting, is he? Okay, well that's a discovery on my queen as well. Undefended. Undefended, that's defended, that one. So I've got an attack on the bishop. It's worth a punt, isn't it? I'm attacking that, it's defended twice. I'd like to get this here. I haven't moved my king yet, to my knowledge. No. So I can potentially castle, but if I do this, actually queen defends, so that's okay, because it's attacked and defended. Then I could get to castle. So yes, our adventures with the Caro-Kann, I think have proved it's a stupid opening, and nobody should play it. Joking I am, of course. Huh. Right, I can't go there. Right, so I can't block, so it's either here. If I go here, it's got queen here, which forces me back there, and then that, and then that. I don't know. Or here. I don't think there's any difference. I mean, you can bring in the knight, but then that blocks the rook, so I'm not too upset about that prospect. But yeah, I'm that just missing that knight takes on knight takes bishop. It's just caused my whole position to collapse. So we might go ahead and lose this one. But I'm going to make him win it. Please. I'm not going to make him win it. I'm going to give it to him on a plate. That's what I'm going to do. The hell, man. Right, do you know what? Let's sack it off. Let's sack it off. But let's go back to the start. And I'm not going to use the game review because I only get one a day. So here we go, normal. Advanced variation. Machine doesn't mind this. And then the knight comes out, right? Now we could go and look at the Lee chess database and stuff like that. And this is all fine, this is all fine. White has a slight edge here. And now, yeah, it's pretty even. White has a slight edge, it's still less than 1 pawn, it's half a pawn. Castles. It didn't like that so much. But here again, we're still fine. And 0. Bringing the bishop out there is kind of a neutered bishop. Not really doing anything here. We trade. So I'm just looking at the eval bar here. Didn't like trading too much. Oh, now it's decided it's okay. And then this. 4. Plus 4.2 plus 3.6. If he finds that, which he does. And wowzers. And he's my whole centre here just collapses because this pawn's now a goner. Wow. So what have we've learned? Not that the Caro-Kann sucks, but we have learned. Okay, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Let's play. Oh, I'm not going to play the King's Gambit. I'm going to play the London system. No, opponent was too scared. The mere mention of the word London. Because I know a lot of people play the London at lower levels. They play it at higher levels as well. This is the Horvitz defense. Okay, so we're just back to... yeah, I could have brought the bishop out or the knight or whatever. So this is not about theory. This is about principles, yeah? Okay, here comes the knight. General rule, if you can, do it. I'm going to follow this knight around. We'll go balls out on this one. This is also an idea. Now, generally, it's the Petrov, isn't it, when e4 and here. Oh, hello. Now, the issue is this is knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes, and that hits the king and the rook. So we don't want to be making that mistake. But let's we'll face off with the bishop. If he takes, I get my knight or my queen off the back rank for free. And his knight's still in some danger. So it's all about the tempo now. Okay, well, let me put the question this way to you, Mr. Bishop. No. 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 And what's more, you can't recapture there either because bing, the pawn is a pin. Right, that's the coffee starting to come through. Hey, go. So I'm going up to the Highlands later on. Up to the Highlands where people talk with a very lyrical lilt in their voice. Now this is Tim Quiggs, mate. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself here, but I think we're doing rather well with the white pieces. Just going to defend this pawn. Might stick my queen here and come after the pawn again. That is a free pawn I'm going to capture towards the centre. See, this is what we expect to find at 500 level. I think my opponent in the last game played 1000 game plus. Did I just hang a pawn? Okay, I can pin the knight on the rook. He can then defend with a pawn. I could do this. He can defend with a pawn. I could do this. Let's do this and try and trade it off. Also, a second attacker on there, which is handy. Oh my goodness me, what on... Okay. Right, now you have two pieces under attack. Now this one can capture with check. Okay, this is more like it. This is the kind of easier game that I was hoping for when I decided to start some speedrun action. Feeling a bit tired and underperforming yesterday. Right, now we have Queen Tensione. Now we don't have Queen Tensione. Now we have Queen Tensione again. Tension. All units. So when you're 8 material points down, so he's down 3 minor pieces for a pawn, you do not want to get the queens off the board. Because if that happens, he's got 2 rooks and a bishop, and it ain't the easiest job in the world to convert a position with that kind of material. Okay, now, I can win material, say, with this move. That hits the queen, and it's a disco on the castle, yeah? Can't see a good argument against, so we shall proceed. I might take these dogs out for a run around. Try and knock you out a little bit. Oh, she runs away again. Oh, man. Tim. Apparently this turned into a French defence. Go figure. Oh, he grabs a pawn. Oh no, my pawn. Okay, this kind of hangs, so we're just going to bust open the centre a little bit. I'm eyeing up this potential, right? Let's play this with a straight bat. I'm going to actually try and fianchetto here, eyeing up the fact that his rook is still in situ. And I want to get my king, like, even when, I've learned this from Danya's speedruns, Daniel Naroditsky's. Oh, he's put, I don't know. It's too tempting now. Shall I move the queen first? Where do I want to move the queen to? Something like this. Because now, when the knight moves, that's a double attack on the queen and skewering the queen onto the rook. Skewer meaning that the piece of higher value is in front of a piece of lower value, both of which are higher value than the piece that's trying to take them. Which has to be a bishop or a rook, basically. No, in theory, you could skewer with a queen as well. If there's the king in front of a queen, for example, or a king in front of anything. So the piece that you capture doesn't have to be of higher value, but it has to be worth capturing, and that is just a royal fork on king and queen, and Tim can hit the button that starts with R. I love how cocky I get when I spank a genuine beginner. It's kind of disgraceful, really. Right, what are we playing? Playing the London system, weren't we? Let's try again. Oh yeah, so Sisters of Mercy fans. The song Dumminion, if you know it. Okay, so try and remember what to do with the Old London. What's nice in Old London town is that you can just whack out the first moves quite easily. Now, that's the benefit of the London system. The downside of the London system is when you whack out the first moves quite easily without thinking. That's the problem. Okay, you see this pawn is hanging and it comes with check. Equals free pawn. Excuse me. All right, Cooper. Okay. I think we're going to come back. This is the normal London position for your light square bishop. Looking at this corner. This knight then, this guy normally comes to here in the London. This knight normally comes to here and trying to get to e5 at some point, but that's not easy seeing as he's played f6, never play f6, according to Grandmaster Ben Feingold. So this knight doesn't necessarily want to go there, I don't know. Let's just secure the centre. This is the London pyramid. Very strong, okay. This Queen b6 is a normal move. I'm going to put my queen here, I think. We're going to actually target the free pawn there. Okay, I'll drop back here. This is weakening, man. Look at all these pawn moves, what he has made. So where are you going to put your king, where it's got cover? Kings like to be enclosed. What the fuck is that? I don't know what this guy's playing at really. Next_HR, rated 621. He must be thinking about castling, eh? So I could have put my queen here and try and trade off, again capture towards the centre. Now he's coming up to the centre slightly. This is a free pawn. Counting attackers and defenders. 2 attackers, 1 defender. Bishop takes pawn. Rook takes, bishop doesn't work, because queen takes rook. So then you're down 3 materials instead of just 1. But now I also have this, which he can block with bringing his knight back there. That doesn't work, so that's another free pawn. 1 attacker, but it is defended. You need to have more attackers than defenders for it to be like an automatic benefit. And now he can't castle, because he'd have to pass through check on f8, and he can't do that. Okay. So I'm going to do this and connect my rookie rooks. It does give away this pawn, but my knights are defending each other and my rooks are defending each other, so I can kind of forget about all of that. And because it's only Madge, the queen, out in the middle of the board trying to cause trouble, yeah, I'm not too concerned. Because she ain't going to take a knight, she ain't going to take a rook, because they're automatically defended by their buddies. I'm hitting this rook, by the way, but don't tell my opponent. Oh, he's seen it. He's seen it! But he hasn't seen this. Boom. What were we just talking about? And everything now falls apart. Okay, undefended, undefended, defended, undefended, yes, no, no. Right, look at, like, everything's just in bits. Everything is in bits on the kitchen table. I'm going to take here, attacking this and this. And yeah, he can hit the old button now, I think. Right, so what do we do? Let's attack the knight. And then possibly the bish. So are we learning anything about the London here? Not really. Queen defends. This knight is now not very useful. Knights become stronger the further up the board they get. They love to be in, like, you know, this area. They get very strong on the 5th and 6th rank from your perspective. And sometimes the 7th as well, obviously. Probably be pushing up here. Let's push up. It means the knight has to move away from this square, and once I get to that square... okay, interesting one. I take your knight, you take my knight. I take your bishop and get a queen. I think that's worth it. Oh, you've got a disco on this, but I still get a queen. Okay. So he couldn't take the knight. I've just saved my... Again, I didn't notice the discovered attack because, you know, I'm kind of dormant. Alright, I think rook here. We've got rook there, we've got queen there. But rook there, I think, is that mate in 2? There? The only legal move is actually that, and then rook takes, and... Oh, then he's got king here. Okay, so here, 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 here. Checks the king, and X-ray defends the rook. Then this rook can come in. I could also do this. This is nice because it actually also forks the bishop and the rook, both of which still defend my rook, which is insane. I'm having so much fun, I might even do another one. And if we win this one, fingers crossed, we'll be over 600. And then we get to face tougher opponents. Wicked. No, not game review. I don't want to do a game review. I just want to play another game. And then I've got to finish packing my stuff and go. 6:09, we're playing the Caro-Kann. I know it's boring. Okay. And here endeth my knowledge of the Caro-Kann. Takey is one way to do it. Now, I have 2 pawns in the middle. He has only 1. Okay, now I don't have to move my knight, but I figured I might as well. It attacks this pawn. I might be inviting this bishop out there, but again, could just kick the bishop, and if he takes, again, I capture towards the centre a second time. And now our job is generally what I like to call not blundering. Right, that's into the coffee or onto the tea. Notice this move, what our opponent played in the last game as well, Queen b6. Hitting this pawn, because these pawns are defended only by the bishops at the start of the game, right? So you notice this pawn, because my bishop is from home, right? This pawn is undefended here. Okay, I'm just going to come back this way. Okay, so what we have is, you know, very overeager use of pawns. That's my opinion. Queen here doesn't fork this because... Oh, now it does. Right. So I'm inclined maybe to do this now. You take this bishop, I capture towards the centre. You take this knight, I capture towards the centre. Right, let's develop the queen. It's hitting this undefended pawn and this undefended pawn. And my bishop's attacking this, so effectively it's also then secondarily hitting that one. Okay, you've taken out my bishop. Fair enough. Well done. This pawn here is attacked twice. Okay, I'm now forking bishop and rook. So my opponent here played the accelerated London, apparently. Okay, so now we've traded. Now I'm attacking c2, which is a fork on king and rook. Yeah, free bishop. And he's got 8 minutes plus left on his clock. All right, let's go back and have another bite at this cherry, shall we? So my opponent played the accelerated London. Huh. Okay, so he's got his king out of that checking option. This is a free pawn. I think falls under the category of it would be rude not to, don't you? Okay, so the check now, he has this, which is actually a fork, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. Okay. Let's drop it back here. It comes with a threat, which means that opponent must do something. All right. I'm thinking this. I want to get this bishop out. I'd like to do that immediately with tempo, and I can't, so I'm going to do this instead. That rook isn't the happiest. Rooks are like cats, you know, they don't like to be boxed in. What am I talking about? Cats love being boxed in, but they don't like having their movement restricted. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, now I get this move in for free, defending the knight and simultaneously attacking the bishop. So I could, for example, move my knight with tempo. And by the way, notice this rook is actually blockaded. Okay, I'm just going to stick him all the way home. But this rook cannot move. It is trapped. Boom. Oh no, my rook, he says. Also, I have this, which also wins a rook. This is the long knight's move. So a normal knight's move is this, right? A slightly longer one is forkable by knights. Okay, that seems to be my friends turning up to dog sit. Wonderful stuff. Okay. Well, I'll have to probably finish up at this point because I need to go and say hello to them because it's only polite. But so let's resign this one and we'll carry on when I get back from London. Okay, you guys are awesome. Love you. See you later.